I'm Anna Mrio from Tanzania. Let me talk something a little bit about myself. I was born in a family of a mother who was Muslim and a father who did not have even a religion. He was not even Muslim or Christian, because he said, you become Christian because they are deaf. Why are you becoming Christian? Well, this is not something that I want to introduce to you. My mom get converted to Christianity because my uncle at that time was studying at seminary school, so he was baptized in Catholic Church. So because of my mother, then my father allowed us to become Christian. Why I'm telling this? When I was born, I was baptized by the name Fabiana. But because I'm a little bit, I don't know what I can call myself, a little bit radical, but I don't harm anybody. When it was the time that I had to go to the community, I asked my mom, what does this name mean, Fabiana? Mom was in difficult because I had to go for communion, and my mom told me, ask, our parroch. And I asked him, what does this mean? Because I was born by the name Nandi, and I like the Nandi instead of Fabiana. And the priest told me the meaning of this name is that this woman was a martyr in Italy. They killed her because of defending her faith. I then asked myself, I told them, and they were waiting for me to go for communion. I asked them, and me, why are you calling me this name? I'm a martyr of what? Now, at this time, I want another name now. It was really, difficult thing for my mom and that priest. But the priest told my mom, ask her to select a name she liked. And from now onward, you're gonna call her the name that she liked. I took the Bible and I chose the name Anna. So this is Anna, you can see. But from the name of baptism, I was Fabiana. I refused the name because I'm not a martyr of anybody. I told them, oh, you call me Nandi, the name of my native tribe, or I choose another name. So I chose another name. That's all. Like all others told you, how about in Africa, we are many. Also, I was born in 9 children. We were 9 in that family. My father came to become Christian after maybe 10 years after I was born. Okay, now I come to talk about this colonialism because I will talk something about my father who was not having even a religion, but before he believed that there is one God, and they used it to go to a certain forest to pray to God, not superstition, but to pray to their God, because they inherited this from their ancestors, that they were the one who can pray for, if there is no rain, they will pray for rain. If there is no peace, they will pray for peace in that region. Because at that time, we had a tribe called Maasai. They used it to come and steal animals from our tribe of Wapare. So, when this war like this between these tribes, then our clan in that region, they used it to tell them, go and pray, we need peace. So, my father believed that when they go there, they pray to God. And there were not anything like superstition, they were praying to God. So this was this is to show you that before colonialism, we had our religion because we trusted. We believe that exists one God. Okay, I will prove this later on. I started class 1, but I couldn't finish because I was sick. I was very sick in such a way I became lame. For 6 months, I couldn't even eat. I couldn't even do something. I was sleeping. I was lame completely. And I had to stop school because I cannot do anything. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't do anything. It was strange. Like today, I am sick, like my head is paining. Tomorrow, my backbone. After tomorrow, my stomach. After tomorrow, my legs. After my hands. So it was changing like that, and I was sick. And they took me to the hospital, a big hospital. But no one could cure me. But when they took me back home, that no one will be able to cure her. My daddy, who at that time had no religion, started to pray for me. What he did, I saw what he did. He just took water. This is funny, but it was like this. He just took water in front of me. I was sleeping like this, and he just took water, because there you have, in the village, we had something like charcoal. He took some water, and he was pouring water near that fire. He was telling God, if it can please you, you better cure this child. But if it's you willing, take her home. We are tired. We are poor because of taking care of her. Our money is gone, everything is gone. We cannot go to work because she's sick. So, at that time, my mom was Catholic, my dad without religion, but he was the one who prayed for me so that I can get well. After like a month, one day, I told my mom, I feel like I want to sit myself. My mom said, what? I said, yes, I feel like I can do something alone. And my mom told told me, you can do so. So I start work, and I even get down myself. I was very slender. My mom had to accompany me, and I started, from there I started walking like, a little kid, but at that time I was 6 years old. So from there, I was okay until now. So I'm just living like a miracle. So I'm telling this because neocolonialism left a lot of wounds in Africa, a lot of wounds, political, social, and even economically, a lot of wounds. I will talk about my country, Tanzania, because I don't know more about other countries. In my country, when they came to preach, as I told you the story of my father, it was just to show you that they had their religion, they were praying, but they told them not to practice their religion anymore. So they had to change their names, but not only like that, they started beating them in order to accept the new religion. Until now, for those radical, when you tell them that the original of your religion now, Catholic Church or Lutheran Church, your ancestors were used to be beaten in order to accept it. Young boys, young girls, they will tell you, no, this is not our religion. We need to find out where is our religion, why is taught practicing our religion. But then, for those who tried to read Bible, of course they grabbed something that these people, of course they came with one hand with the Bible and another hand with the sword. Still yet, there's something good in this Bible. So most of us, we try to read Bible ourselves, not even to listen when they preach in the church. We try to read Bible, not to pray the verses, to pray the story, but those words for sure are the words from God, inspired from God, because when you see the way Bible was written and the way all other books in this world are written is very different. So, if you read Bible, maybe just by profession, you want to become theologist, maybe, I don't know, priest, I don't know what, you want to get something in your heart, your mind, your brain. But you will read Bible and interpret it spiritual. If you interpret Bible spiritual, you get something which is life, and is really life. And me, since I was cured with my father by prayer, I then trusted the Lord, believed that prayer can do something. I went to the Bible and read from Isaiah 6:6 verse 1 and 2. That is telling us that the Lord lives in our mind and in our heart. This is the secret that most of us, we don't grasp. God created us, and He chosen us. He made us different from all other creatures. All other creatures. Why? Because He wanted at least one creature in this world has to get to know that there is our God, one God. And if He tell you He lives in your brain, He lives in your thought, He lives in your heart, then it's up to you to decide whether to accept or not to accept. And this is what we call faith. And if we call this faith, faith doesn't need you to beat me so that I can accept your religion. And like now, even in Muslim people, they used to beat children in order to accept, in order to learn Quran. They beat them a lot. Faith does not need to beat someone. So the church really has to ask, forgiveness to the African. What is faith then? Faith, we say faith is believing in things that cannot be seen with our normal eyes. You can hear God not with your usual ears, but in what can we say, spiritual eyes and ears. You can talk to God. I'm talking about this not by learning, but by experience. Because whenever I talk to God, our Lord is hearing me and answering. So I would like to, my friend is telling me that I have to summarize. So I invite you people, even if we have to learn this African, as my brother Luz said, we need to learn African religion, we better know that there is no difference, or Africa, or Catholic, or what, but Bible. We take this, we don't print it in our brain only, but we print it in our heart. If we print those words in our heart, this world will change forever. But this is not the case. We don't live this the way of God. We don't. Okay, let me summarize something. As I said about this colonialism, how it has left a lot of wounds in Africa. When they came to Tanzania, politically we had our leaders, and we had our chief. Every region had chief. They call them chief. And you will never become a chief if you are not elected with people. And they will elect you because you are really fit on that post, a chief. who has to be very wise to lead people. But when colonialists came, they removed this chief. They told them no more chief, no more. They started something like monopolization of the government. They started this. You have to follow what is the government need. But after they left, this one left a very bitter wound to Africa until now. Because those who came to power after colonialism, they became dictators. They are very bad, even more than colonialists. Actually, even we say colonialists, when they were here, they never made us poor like this, because like every region, they could practice their business as usual, eating, exchange these products, whatever. But now with this kind of government we have in Africa, what we can see is few families who want to stay in power forever. They want to, it's like every country is their property. They can decide whatever they want. Like now in Tanzania, we are suffering a lot because of dictator Samia. She's killing whoever is trying to defend his rights. He will kill you. Like now, he detained the opposition but chairman. He detained him because he said, we discovered that there is no election. There were a lot of tricks. There's a lot of tricks when they do this election. So every time, that part which is governing is the only one which is leading all the time. But when he said we need reforms, because like we accepted to have many parties in 1995, but until now, we only have one constitution of that, the old part, the system. So they refused to change this constitution to adapt this multi-party. They refused it completely. Sorry for putting this in Italian because many years we speak Italian, so my English is just like that. So you find that because these colonialists made easier for them to govern us from top to until to the village, not governing from lower class going up. They imitated this, and we are suffering a lot. They are just after power, after money. They are not after people. So this is the thing that children of Africa are suffering a lot. They are born in a very rich countries, but you find that they will run away from their country because this group, I call them cattle. And in my country, I call this group a cattle. This group, together with foreign people, they make sure that you remain poor, you remain without a good education. When you want to colonize someone, to exploit someone, you make sure that you leave him poor. You make sure that, they made us poor, no good education. They divided us because they will come and pay you something to adapt what they are saying. So this is the thing that left Africa poor until now. Let me wonder. I just want to talk something else that I wrote a letter to Pope Bergoglio 3 times. I wrote a letter to him. I told him the church is talking about justice, because now I want to talk about justice, peace, and truth, and love. I wrote this letter 3 times. They didn't answer me, but one day they answered me and sent me a ticket to visit Vatican. But they didn't allow me to talk to the Pope. A certain cardinal came to talk to me and tell me, you were granted what you wanted, because I asked the Pope, you are talking about justice, but you don't practice justice. They told me why. I said, women, why they don't preach and we are able to preach? Like me, I don't preach because I lie, but because God is asking me to talk about peace, to talk about justice, to talk about love, these 3 things. I told him, they don't need theology, they don't need anything. You only need to have them in your heart. So, I don't need your theology, I don't need anything. I want to preach what God is telling me to preach. Even when I pray to someone, I cured a lot of people by the name of Jesus, not me. I can testimony. Even if you call people, you will see many people who got to know me. I prayed for them in the name of Jesus. One was mental, she was cured. One was suffering from uterus, she was cured. Not only this, men. Paul, he didn't lie to me. Someone else wrote for him to come, to go there. And I went there with my white cloth. I said, if really you want me to practice this, bless this cloth. So I have this white cloth, patrician robes, that when I want to go deep and pray, I put it on. Because at that time, I have to leave this world and go to another world, a spiritual world. So from there, I teach justice, peace, and love. I want to say something little bit. I just want to, because this thing you said is going to for the YouTube. This is important. I'm very sorry. I will try to shorten. Can we ask ourselves why there is war? Every corner there is war. Can we ask ourselves why people are starving? In this world, we have a lot of people who are starving. Can we ask ourselves why many people lack basic needs? to stop war? Is it possible to stop this famine, hunger? Is it possible to have good life for everybody? I think the answer is yes, but why this is not happening? The answer is because of interest of big nations. They have their own interest. So they are not interested to make the world have. They have their own interest. I can prove this. Okay. I can prove this because you have like America now, Trump is asking Zelensky that if you want me to finish this war, give me, let us have this mineral in your country. He did this to Congo. He's able to end up this war. But he said, Congo, if you want me to end up this war, then give me, I can control this mineral, then I will end up this war. So, this thing, interest, the nations, big nations, have got their own interest. So, I don't know when are we going to have justice. I don't know when are we going to end up this hunger. I don't know where are we going to get better life for everybody in this world. I wonder, intelligent people who can go they can land to the moon, they go to the moon, but they fail to practice love. Because all this is lack of love. Okay, another reason for this is selfishness. Selfishness. That's why we won't change this world. Another reason is they lack power and money. Another reason is indifference or racism. We have racism. So we're gonna remain like this forever. If these big nations will change this kind of selfishness, indifference, interest, if they don't change this, neocolonialism will go on and on. Because they are the ones who are also deciding when we have election, they will tell, we want this president to win. So they detect from afar what is going on in Africa. They will detect from afar. So I don't know when are we going to end up this kind of life. I hope Pope Leone, if can talk to these big nations that nowadays even someone who is not educated understand what is going on in this world. I pray to God that if one day this big nation will learn what is love, a very little word, love, I think they're gonna change the world. Thank you very much. My name is